I'm Anil Kumar, sharing with you the knowledge about reciprocal functions. The question here is, complete the following chart for f of x equals to 1 over 2x minus 6. We need to find its domain, range, vertical asymptote, horizontal asymptote, x-intercept, y-intercept, positive interval, negative interval, increasing interval, and decreasing interval. You can pause the video and answer the question. To begin with, let us try to sketch this function, right? Then it becomes easier to describe all these characteristics. Now to sketch the function, what we can do is, we can sketch the line, the denominator, which is 2x minus 6. Let me rewrite this as 1 over, I'll take 2 common, then we have x minus 3, right? So that gives us a 0 for the line. So what we are sketching here is y equals to 2x minus 6, which is this. So first we are sketching a line, okay? So in this case, the line is with y-intercept of minus 6, right? Y-intercept of minus 6, and it is 0 for x equals to 3, right? So what we have here is a slope is positive 2, right? So it is kind of like this. Let me sketch a line here roughly, and then we'll write it down. So what we have here is y-intercept is minus 6, and this point is 3 for us. For 3, it will be 0, right? 2 times 3 is 6, 6 minus 6 is 0. So that is the equation of the line. What we are really interested in finding is basically the graph of f of x, which is reciprocal of this. Right. So to sketch a reciprocal, we need to convert zeros to vertical asymptotes. So we get vertical asymptotes here. Right. So I'm making a very rough sketch. You can do an accurate one. Wherever the value is 1, that is common point. So we can sketch. Let me use another ink. So we'll sketch it like this. So it is kind of positive. Reciprocal is positive, right? When it approaches infinity, the reciprocal approaches 0, right? As you approach 0, reciprocal approaches infinity, right? Similarly, on this side, we can actually find what is the value of the function when x is 0. So let me write f of 0 equals 2. If I write 0 here, I get minus 1 over 6. So that means somewhere here, let me just sketch one, okay? And kind of like this. So the point where it crosses the y-axis, that is minus 1 over 6. Is that okay? So that gives us a good sketch of the reciprocal function. Okay, this is 0 for us. Now let's write down all the characteristics. Domain. Domain for f of x is all real numbers except for the vertical asymptote part, which is at 3, correct? Denominator is 0 for x equals to 3. So it says x belongs to real numbers, so that x is not equal to 3. Is that okay? That becomes the domain. Range. The function could have all the values except 0. So we have y belongs to real numbers where y is not equal to 0. Vertical asymptote, as you can see, is at x equals to 3. That makes the denominator 0. Horizontal asymptote is at y equals to 0. Since they are approaching 0, they are never there. X-intercept. You find x-intercept by writing y equals to 0, right? So the numerator should be 0, but here the numerator is 1. It can never be 0, right? So the answer is none. Y-intercept. In this case, you can find y-intercept as we did by placing x equals to 0. So that gives you a value of minus 1 over 6. Positive interval. Now the function has positive interval when the x value is greater than 3, right? So that's the positive interval wherever it is above the x-axis. So the positive interval I could write as from 3 to infinity. Negative interval is on the left side of 3, which is from negative infinity to 3. Increasing interval, the function is always decreasing, as you can see, is none. Decreasing interval, you should split in two. since the function is not defined at 3, correct? So it is from minus infinity to 3, and you could write and or union from 3 to positive infinity, right? So that is how you can answer all these questions. I hope that helps you to understand reciprocal functions. Thank you and all the best.